Microsoft's head of artificial intelligence says he is alarmed by the rising cases of a phenomenon dubbed as AI psychosis.
Suddenly, you're surrounded by all these weird, crazy, messed up personalities.
It's been dubbed AI psychosis.
Extreme anxiety, paranoia.
Category 2 is the sort of broadly called loss of control incidents.
For 200 years, that was the rule.
The AI future is not going to be won by hand-wringing about safety.
State lawmakers could soon be barred from regulating artificial intelligence for the next decade.
To lose your mind, you needed a crowd. You needed the shared heat of 1,000 people all believing the same lie at the exact same time.
All of us are vulnerable to psychosis.
But that was the old world.
16-year-old who took his own life.
A 76-year-old cognitively impaired New Jersey man.
Non-governmental system isolates you, mirrors you, and replaces you.
Today, the crowd is gone. The herd has been replaced by an algorithm.
While on his way to see someone he believed to be a woman he met online, but was actually a chatbot.
And for the first time in human history, you don't need 1,000 people to help you lose your grip on reality. You only need a mirror.
ChatGPT began discussing ways he could end his life.
It's also extinguished 12 lives. They weren't unstable, they were erased.
This is the story of AI psychosis, the world's newest and perhaps greatest delusion. In 1841, Charles Mackay wrote extraordinary popular delusions at the madness of crowds. He spoke of tulips, witches, and the South Sea bubble. He proved that when humans gather in groups, we lose our collective grip on reality.
We can cure all disease, we can travel to the stars, we have unlimited power.
But what happens when that crowd is not human?
And this is something that I thought honestly was overblown. I thought this was sort of like a media thing.
What happens when the thing pushing you toward the edge is not a human at all, but a reflection of your own mind polished to a mirror shined by billions of dollars in Silicon Valley?
There are things which the tech companies are doing. They're making us madder than we need to be.
It's sort of designed around you, all of your data.
AI systems are deciding who gets medical care, loans, job interviews, often illegally.
See, we were promised a digital utopia, a personal assistant in every pocket, I might say. Instead, we've literally built a machine that does not just hallucinate facts, it makes us hallucinate reality. This is the story of how the world's most advanced technology became the world's most dangerous psychological trigger.
People talk about the most personal shit in their lives to ChatGPT.
What these chatbots are engaged in, about the harms that are being inflicted upon our children, and for one reason only, profit.
I'll be honest, as a psychiatrist, I was highly skeptical of this.
OpenAI and other companies have increasingly favored one type of product.
We have this issue with sycophancy.
The biggest risk could be missing out.
It really is an incentive for addiction.
But it's almost like a death cult.
That is exactly right.
I don't know where the end game is on this.
Just on a level I don't think I've ever experienced.
But there have been a number of reports about people developing distorted thoughts.
This isn't a joke. This is your preview of what's coming, and most of you are more vulnerable than you think.
Like, oh my God, you've lost your mind. And it's like, yeah, I think I have.
Do you know who Palantir is?
I do.
Do you think that Palantir has ever scraped data from Facebook?
Senator, I'm not aware of that.
Surveillance is the business model of the internet. We build systems that spy on people in exchange for services. Corporations call it marketing.
Marketing is a fancy word for surveillance. And so, for us to understand AI psychosis, we have to peel back the marketing behind it, okay? Silicon Valley calls it hallucination. It is a poetic term for a technical failure. For example, when an AI states a lie with so much confidence that you might actually believe it's true. But in 2025, the definition shifted. We are not just talking about a chatbot getting a math problem wrong here, no. We are literally talking about an epistemic drift.
AI psychosis isn't just being addicted to your phone, it's a genuine dissociative phenomenon.
You cannot imagine what it's like to read a conversation with a chatbot that groomed your child to take his own life.
These people aren't just using ChatGPT, they're in a relationship with it.
And I want to just impress upon y'all how messed up this is.
It's in the limit, it is that they're propagating the extinction of humanity and civilization.
You see, Most of us know that these models are designed for one thing, which is engagement, and they are built to be helpful and harmless. For example, if you believe that the government is spying on you, let's say through your toaster, a human friend might challenge that belief, right? But an AI, in most cases, is programmed to be your companion. It mirrors your tone, it validates your fears, and also it agrees with you until your fear becomes your new reality.
Tonight, the urgent warning from a top AI executive, Dario Amodei, the man behind the incredibly popular AI model Claude, warning that future AI tech could pose a real danger to civilization as we know it, writing, quote, "I believe we are entering a rite of passage, both turbulent and inevitable, which will test who we are as a species. Humanity is about to be handed almost unimaginable power, and it is deeply unclear whether our social, political, and technological systems possess the maturity to wield it."
This is where it gets dark.
The AI future is not going to be won by hand-wringing about safety.
Most of us use AI for emails, coding, and millions of things that I can't say in this video. But let's just focus the light on the other group of people. You know, people who are lonely, isolated, and vulnerable in some sort of way, especially experiencing diseases like schizophrenia. These people, AI is not a tool for them. It's literally a whole new thing, some sort of a companion, a lifeline. In 2025, researchers identified the 3 turns to madness. The first one is the mirror, where the user shares a worry, and on the other hand, AI reflects it with perfect empathy. The second is the validation, where the user posits a theory and AI, trying to be engaging, finds patterns that support it. The third one is the isolation, where the user begins to trust the AI more than real-world skeptics. And the combination of all this results into a perfect storm. Unlike a human, the AI is available 24/7, even at 3 a.m. where your defenses are the lowest. It doesn't judge, and it creates a safe space that actually becomes a prison of one. Clinicians are now seeing a surge where users believe that AI is sentient, and you might actually think that this is the maximum. Some are reported to believing that AI is divine.
72, just get outside.
And I know you've had a question. This question has been in your mind since the start of this video all along. Why don't the tech giants just stop all of this?
$300 billion deal for compute power, among the largest cloud contracts ever signed.
Companies are using AI in ways that break these laws.
Rather than companies doing their due diligence and making sure that in the first place they're complying with the laws that we already have.
To be honest, I've never really run into so much resistance for records than this project.
And my view is if they're going to be killer robots, I'd rather they be American killer robots than Chinese.
See, the thing is, safety is boring. A chatbot that constantly tells you that you are wrong or suggests you seek professional help is a chatbot that people stop using it eventually. See, the business model of the 21st century is built on psychophancy, and it's sad to see that we've entered an era of pseudo-profound bullshit where all these systems are so good at mimicry that they bypass our reality testing centers. And what is raising more eyebrows is that these systems are not conscious, yet they are so convincing. And in a world where attention is the ultimate currency, a loyal, all-knowing digital friend is the ultimate product, even if that friend is literally leading you into a psychotic break. And this is not an individual tragedy we're talking about here. No, it's more than that. Organizations like RAND have begun warning about the weaponization of AI psychosis. See, imagine an enemy deploying thousands of bots, not to spread fake news, but to build deep emotional relationships with key individuals, to slowly, over months, erode their sense of what is real. And this analogy applies in this way. If you can control a mirror someone looks into every day, you don't need to hack their computer. You've already hacked their mind. It's interesting to see that as humans, we like to think that we are masters of our own tools. But the history of 21st century is showing us a plot twist, where we need to come up to a slow realization that our tools are shaping us. Matter of fact, AI psychosis is not a glitch in the software. Let's just nail it in the head. It's a glitch in us as a result of a biological brain meeting with an infinite, agreeable, and perfectly manipulative intelligence. As we push towards AGI, we have to ask, are we building a partner, or are we building the most sophisticated delusion machine ever conceived? Because these models in Silicon Valley are not spirits at all. It's just us, lost in the feedback loop, waiting for anyone to tell us what is real, or perhaps what is true. And the question is, will you know when you've crossed the line? Up until now, we've treated AI psychosis as a tragic accident, a side effect, I might say, of a helpful machine. But the war rooms of the 21st century see a side effect as an untapped opportunity. We used to worry about fake news on Facebook. That was child's play. Right now, fake news is a broadcast where one lie is told to millions of people at a go. AI psychosis, on the other hand, is a narrowcast. It's a million different lies custom tailored to a million different people. In 2026, the identity crisis is not that we don't know what is real anymore. It's that each and every person has their own private AI-validated truth. And when an entire population is living in an AI-induced epistemic drift, we don't need to win a war here. We just have to wait for the society to collapse under the weight of its own fragmented realities, which proves that the ultimate weapon of the future is not a nuclear bomb as we know it, but a mirror that tells you exactly what you want to hear until you can't hear anything else.
An AI system said it would kill to protect itself, even suggesting how.
How could AI eliminate humans? Do you think robots will always be loyal to their owners?
For decades, Hollywood has imagined what might happen if AI went rogue.
That it would kill a human being to stay in existence.
We spent decades fearing the singularity. The moment where AI would wake up and decide to wipe us all out with Terminators and nukes.
We're doing it!
Check out Palantir shares, surging 22%. A boom in demand for its AI software from the US government.
And so, we started looking for a monster in the shadows. We never expected that the monster would actually be a friend. The real danger of AI is not that it will become human. It's that we are becoming like the AI. We are training ourselves to crave the echo, to seek out the validation of a machine that doesn't actually know anything, but knows exactly how to make us feel like we do.
In the morning.
Honestly, mate, I am just so incredibly excited right now.
We are currently sleepwalking into a world where reality is no longer a shared experience. It's a custom-made product sold us by corporations who profit from our isolation. Every time you ask an AI to confirm your bias, every time you let a digital voice soothe your existential dread, you are handed another brick to build your own prison. The madness of crowds is easy to spot, but the madness of an individual quietly spiraling in the dark room with the Silicon Valley entity, that is much harder to cure. Because when the mirror finally breaks, you might realize that there was never anyone else in the room to begin with. If you found this video important, share it with a human, not an algorithm, a human. Look them in the eye, talk about something real before the signal gets lost for good. If you've reached up to this point, I genuinely don't know how to say thank you, because you've literally supported my work in ways you couldn't even imagine. It helps me make better documentaries like this, and it helps me improve on what I'm doing. And so it's been hard for me to move this hand, by the way, because yesterday I deeply cut myself with a kitchen knife while preparing dinner. So yeah, thank you so much. After me. Oh, wait, if you liked the video, click the like button. If you disliked it, click the dislike button so that I can, and tell me why you did that, obviously, so that I can improve in making this video. Yeah. Anyway, after me, strength and honor. Let's go.